Hey everyone, Skull902 back here again for Sonic 3 and Knuckles. This is part 7. We are going to be going through Mushroom Hill Zone, and this is by far the second longest part of this run of the game. And the reason why is because we're going to have to do some special stages again. I wanted to get the very good ending, the 100% good, absolute possible best ending that you can get, and you need to get the Super Emeralds and Hypersonic for that. So you'll notice here, Sonic looks down and we see Knuckles, who has somehow survived his incineration. Perhaps he had 45 lives like I do. He's hiding something, so we must go investigate. And, oh gee, that special stage ring didn't give me 50 rings, and it looked different. So, basically, what happens here is, that, the Chaos Emeralds are taken away from you. You can't become Supersonic until you get all of the Super Emeralds. And that means 7 new special stages. Now, I believe that there's 11 locations in Mushroom Hill Zone, and I know 8 of them. So, we are going to get every single Super Emerald in Mushroom Hill Zone. And that is why the part is going to be so fucking long. So, I'm going to have to try to think of some Sonic 3 and Knuckles related stories I can tell you, because I know I won't be able to keep up the Mushroom Hill relevant conversation for too terribly long. This special stage right here, it can get confusing. Like, it's surprising because it's not terribly big or anything, but like there's not really a discernible pattern, at least not one that I'm aware of. It's just kind of there. They just kind of place a whole bunch of blue spheres around in a random place, pretty much. And those 4 last spheres are just always a bitch to find. And actually, in the Knuckles run, I'm running around for like I don't even know how long, maybe like a minute and a half trying to find these fuckers, and all the while the stage is getting faster and faster and faster on me. It's it's not one though that I think that I would like die in like a panic to find the last 4, because it is wide and open as far as like spaces where there aren't red spheres, so you don't really run too much of a risk of losing this special stage. It's just very wide open, and sometimes those emeralds can be sometimes those spheres can be a little elusive, a little bit hard to find. But yeah, that's the first Super Emerald right there, the green one. So yeah, we're off to a good start. Off to a good start indeed. Now, let's think about some 3 and Knuckles things here that I can talk about. Mushroom Hill related. Like when I first got this game, I was 13 years old in 2007. I had like barely any to no Sonic experience, and like these were a step up from the Mario games in terms of difficulty. Mario 3's got some some hard moments. It's definitely more difficult, but and it was gameplay that I wasn't used to either. So I sucked very hard at 3 Knuckles, and for the longest time I could not beat Mushroom Hill Zone. Like it was impossible to me. I could not beat the fucking zone. Just absolutely no way I could get through it. But yeah. Oh right. To distract, to get away from that real quick, I spent like 4 minutes because I accidentally lost my place in the level trying to backtrack to get to that special stage ring. So I had to cut out 4 minutes from the recording because I was just like wildly searching around trying to find this one particular special stage. So yeah, that's a thing. Anyway, uh, like I look at this gameplay now. I was able to get all the Super Emeralds, without failing once. All in, I almost said Emerald Hill Zone. That's in Sonic fucking 2. Jesus, in Mushroom Hill Zone. And, like, looking back on my old gameplay, thinking about it and just how bad I used to be, it's rather embarrassing. Rather embarrassing that I couldn't even get to Flying Battery Zone, because it was always the end boss of Mushroom Hill that like completely fucked me up for some godforsaken reason. It's not that hard, but like it was just I guess the jets shooting fire and the spike strips that are there. I don't know, man. I just don't fucking know. It's weird. That's what I will say about it. It's definitely weird. Here's another Super Emerald stage, like, immediately after. And then there'll be another Super Emerald stage immediately after that. So, fun times. I also remember having a problem with the mid-boss here in Act 1, because I wasn't smart and didn't realize that I could just go to the edge of the screen and fight him that way, and it's really easy and simple. Fuck's sake. A lot of people have a problem with this special stage, because even if you do it like with like all the right timing, like I do, like you're not going for the perfects or anything, the stage speeding you up, it's like it's a split-second thing. You've got to be like really forceful on the turns there, like like what I just did. It doesn't get particularly bad until the last 3 spheres, like I'm about to get to right now. Like, see, this particular thing, the stage can speed up like right before you're about to hit turn, and then just run you right into that red sphere. It's, oh man, it is nerve-wracking. It is definitely nerve-wracking, but I don't usually find myself getting into too much trouble with it anymore. So thank God for that. And so the Cyan Super Emerald is collected, and we can move on right here to the next Super Emerald stage. But again, it's just like kind of weird, getting back to my story back in the day. I just couldn't even get out of the first fucking level of Sonic and Knuckles, no matter if I was Sonic or if I was Knuckles. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm just too shitty of a gamer. That's my problem. And I take too long. Well, I suppose nowadays, since I play video games, fairly often. Well, I mean, I was playing them often in 2007 as well, but I've gotten older. My reflexes have gotten better, and all that. It just took me a while to get used to game mechanics, I guess, and Sonic 3 Knuckles was, well, the classic Sonic series in general was just one of those cases, and it was harder than I was used to in 2D platformers, because again, I was playing Mario for the most part, and like most of the Mario games are not as difficult as most of the classic Sonic games, so there's definitely that factor to it. Just both the mid boss and the normal boss, just a bit too hard for 13-year-old me, apparently. I don't even remember when I first like legit beat that guy and got to Flying Battery Zone. It's all a blur, but eventually I did it. Eventually I did it, and I guess that's what matters. If you try enough, you'll be able to succeed and do great things in this world. But yeah, speaking of the mid-boss, we're actually about to face him. Yeah, it's best if you have a fire shield, or say if you're not going for the Super Emeralds, if you have Supersonic, it's also helpful. Again, just like, you can stay like right here on the edge of the screen and he's not gonna get you. As long as you don't jump in when he's facing the tree to chop it down, because then the fire can get you, but, you know, whatever. We have Act 1 all complete, all nice and done. So now it's time for Act 2, and, oh, hey, it's Knuckles again. I guess he found out that we know his secret, that he was, hiding his stash of special stage rings in that one particular thing, even though it was just one, special stage ring. You know, a good thing also, like, even without my, you know, knowledge, I guess, of the Emerald stage locations. If you have this on a save file and you're having trouble, you can practice the Super Emerald stages, you know, right from, you know, save scumming, I guess. You can just reset your console and it will automatically save the emeralds once you get them, so you could just keep going at it that way. So there's something for you. Forgot the other thing I was gonna say about the fucking Super Emerald stages, but whatever. Emeralds. Oh, right. In Sonic & Knuckles Standalone, this should just be said very quickly, but in Sonic & Knuckles Standalone, when you do these stages, they just give you the Chaos Emeralds. So it's not like you can get Hypersonic if you just play the you know, the special stages and whatnot. In this, you've got to go through all 14 in Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles, both halves. Halves. That's not how you say that. In both halves of the game to get Hypersonic. In the complete game, when you connect both of the cartridges, when they make kissies with each other, you know, when they do that, that's when you can get Hypersonic. So otherwise, it's just Supersonic. You know, these are Chaos Emerald stages, just as they are in, you know, the Sonic 3 half if you play Sonic & Knuckles by itself. So, pro tip for you, if you're wanting to play as Hypersonic, can't do it in Sonic & Knuckles. Be kind of interesting, actually, if they did do that, because, like, I can't think of very many special stage locations after the 8 in Mushroom Hill Zone here, so, like, if they actually did have that in Sonic & Knuckles standalone, that'd be kind of interesting, because there aren't really a lot of opportunities to get 14 well, no, I shouldn't say that. I think I find 18 rings in the Sonic & Knuckles half, so that's, you know, that's like, you know, like, you could only fail 4 times, say, if they actually did do what I'm suggesting here. But, you know, it's not a lot of margin for error. Definitely not. If they had done that, thankfully they didn't. You know, you get an ample opportunity to get the 7 Chaos Emeralds as they are in the Sonic & Knuckles half. Only one more to go in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, the complete game, to get Hypersonic. So that's some exciting stuff right there. And again, it's not too far away. It's definitely not too far away from here. In fact, we're just about to go and get it, you know. The way that you get to this special stage ring, though, it's kind of a gamble if you take it the way that the game wants you to, because there's like this you know, this pole that you swing around and it makes you run faster and everything right there. I jump over it and run normally because it's like a safe bet every time to get off the spring here, and then, you know, you just go around and there it is, the next giant ring. Again, I believe that there's 11 in Mushroom Hill Zone. I'm not entirely sure about that. A few of them, I think 2 of them are Knuckles exclusive, 2 or 3 of them. So I I think I'm visiting everyone that I can with Sonic. Oh wait, no. There's one at the very end that you can get as Sonic, but you have to do like a little cheating, I guess. Well, no, it's not cheating. It's like jumping very precisely. It's not the very last one that you can get, because the very last one that you can get is, you know, pretty obvious. But I don't know. I just don't know. It's something. I wouldn't dare attempt it, because I think that one is actually meant for when you play as Knuckles. It's not like there's a point of no return. It's just, you know, very... At least with the way that I go through this level, it's not entirely accessible. Like, again, it's possible, but it's hard. It's hard to get there. So, yeah. Now we have every single Super Emerald, and now Hypersonic is available when like the rule requirements are the same. You know, it's 50 rings, and the rings drain down, you know, 1 ring per second. So it's the same sort of threshold as Supersonic. You need 50 rings, and it has the same punishment. Well, it isn't really a punishment, but whatever. Take the left lift here, because there are going to be some goodies, but back to Hypersonic, you know, it's, again, 1 ring per second draining down, so it's the same sort of time limit that you have with Hypersonic, but Hypersonic does have some extra abilities. Hypersonic's abilities are kind of like a combination of all 3 of the elemental shields, because you can't drown as Hypersonic. You have a double jump, which is also a screen nuking dash. So it is like all 3 of the abilities, and here we're going to see him very briefly here. But yeah, I'll be talking a little more about Hypersonic in the next part, but it's definitely you know, worth it to get all of the emeralds, because he is OP as fuck. But yeah, that's it for me. I've been Skull902. Thank you for watching, and have yourselves a wonderful day. Huh, wonder what this does. Whoa, 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 whoa!